Hello everyone! Thanks for joining me again on another episode of Kimo's Kitchen. Today we're going to explore salad dressings and we're going to make a basic vinaigrette that you can take and build on. And it's super simple and you'll see why. Now, the reason why I like to make my own vinaigrettes and I don't buy anything off the shelf is because 1, it's simple, 2, it's tasty, and 3, you can make it into anything you want. If in your fridge right now, and I told you I'm going to be opinionated in the intro video, if you have any of the brands out there of blue cheese dressing, ranch dressing, Thousand Island dressing, any of that stuff you bought at the store, I really encourage you to take those and throw them in the garbage. Why? Because 1, they contain a lot of preservatives that you need if you're going to leave them in the fridge for a long time. And who knows what preservatives do to our bodies. And we all wonder every day why our cancer rates are so high in this country. That's probably one of the reasons why. 2, they probably contain fat, a lot of fat that you probably could use without. And 3, I don't even think they taste that good, to be honest. I really don't. I mean, I've tried them. They're garbage. I absolutely hate them, and I have not bought any salad dressing from a store in years, and probably ever, actually. Mostly because I just don't like how they taste. 2, I just don't trust what's in them. They look like they could harm you more than feed you, right? And what we want to do on this channel is teach you how to make everything, especially if it's simple and healthy, and you can feel proud that you make. All right, so let me show you how to make a basic vinaigrette dressing. And I really encourage you, if you do try and make it and you make it and you're successful and you like it and your family likes it, I really encourage you to throw all that garbage away that's in your fridge. It's just terrible, okay? All right, let's get going. I'm gonna just shift the camera down so you can see it better. All right, so what we've got is some basic ingredients here. So I've got olive oil, extra virgin, the best you can get. I've just put it in one of these spouty bottles because it's easy to pour. Pepper, I'm using peppercorns that I grind, right? And this is the grinder. Balsamic vinegar. You can use any vinegar you want. You can use sherry vinegar. You could use, I don't know, apple cider vinegar. The basic recipe is going to be about the same, okay? So you can use any vinegar. You could also not necessarily use extra virgin olive oil. You could use walnut oil. You could use any other nice flavored oil that you want. Just make sure that it complements whatever. If you're using a different oil, make sure it complements your vinegar. A little bit of mustard. And I use Dijon, and you have to use Dijon because Dijon has a little bit of fat in it that you need to bind the vinegar with the olive oil. You don't have to put mustard in it, but it's just, it helps the binding process. It gives the salad dressing a little bit more body, but not too much body. But you can try it without it, right? And I use honey as well. It kind of counteracts a little bit of the balsamic and the mustard, and it sweetens it just a little bit so that the salad dressing is not too tart. And salt, right? So, but your basic recipe is oil, vinegar, salt, and pepper. Okay, that's your basic recipe. And the basic ratio is 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. That's what the schools will teach you. I don't like that ratio. I think it's a little too oily, to be honest. So I use almost a 1-to-1 between oil and vinegar. And I'll show you how all that works. I like that ratio better personally, but you can use 3-to-1, you can use 2-to-1. Go crazy, man. Just try different ratios and see what works for you, right? So, all right, so let's start with the basics. I will take, actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with balsamic. I'm not measuring, I'm just kind of dumping. All right, let's see. Because I'm gonna make a batch that I can probably use for a couple of weeks. That's about how much. You could see that, I think, hopefully. Yep, okay. And then let's go with a teaspoon, not too much, but a teaspoon of Dijon. Let's do a teaspoon of honey. You can use any honey you want. Nicer honey gives it nicer flavor. But really, any honey you want's fine. Okay. Yum. This one got sent to us from a family member. Elderberry honey. Yum. I could just eat that in spoonfuls, man. All right. A little bit of salt, just a pinch of salt, right? And then take some pepper, crack that in. Okay. And now, the fun part. You whisk all of that. Now notice, and here, you can see that. Just not whisking, just kind of, yeah. I mean, you're not whisking. You're just kind of, you know, whisking light, I guess, if you may, right? Just to get everything combined nicely and you're not seeing salt sort of still at the bottom of the bowl or anything. Okay, now, the key is this. Most people, what they do is they do all that and they just dump a bunch of oil and mix it up, right? And stir it, whisk it. In order for the oil to combine effectively and efficiently, you need to drizzle this bad boy. So this is why I like having oil with a spout, because I can just slowly drizzle that in and whisk at the same time, right? Just little sort of drops at a time, little slow drizzle and whisk. And I'm just gonna stop here and just keep whisking so that if you don't whisk quickly enough at the beginning, what will happen is you'll see the oil sort of stay at the top. But now it's nicely combined. Check that out. No oil at the top. Can you see that? I hope so. I mean, I need to get an assistant or something to deal with the camera angles and stuff. But look at that. That's beautifully combined, right? Let me see if I can, hold on. Let me see if I can, no. Let's zoom it in a little bit. There we go. No, this way. Yep. Okay, here we go. So you see it's nicely combined. There's no particles of Dijon or anything. It's actually really nicely combined. And I'm gonna taste it. Now, normally you'd wanna use a spoon, but since this is my work and I'm eating this, use my, yum. Oh, mama. That's awesome. That's it. That's your salad dressing. So if you can make this in 30 seconds or less like I have, why on earth would you buy blue cheese, Thousand Island, you know, Kraft, whatever, ranch from the store when you can make this in just the same amount of time that I have and it will blow you away? You tell me. I don't know. So, basic salad dressing. Let me turn this back up. Okay, here we go. Now you can see my face. Basic salad dressing. The ratio, again, is 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. I don't use that ratio. And you see that I didn't even measure what I was doing, right? I just poured a little bit of balsamic vinegar in, 1 teaspoon of Dijon, 1 teaspoon of honey, a pinch of salt, a little bit of cracked pepper, whisk that, and then slowly started drizzling the olive oil. It was about 1 to 1, I would say, probably. But I didn't measure. I just kind of did it. In fact, I don't like to use measurements except when you need specific measurements for something very specific. But salad dressings, you can kind of go crazy. As long as you don't put too much oil that it tastes oily, or put too little oil that it tastes too vinegary, you're fine. Just do it at your taste. You know, start slow with the oil. You know, whisk it. Taste it. Needs a little bit more oil. Okay, put a little bit more oil. Keep whisking again. Just make sure that when you whisk it, it's fully combined. And what does help is your Dijon mustard. Don't use brown mustard. Don't use yellow mustard. I had so many arguments with my wife about this. But she's a lawyer and loves to be right all the time. But I know more about certain things. So anyway, it's a fun exercise at the house every day. Dijon mustard. It has enough fat content that you need for it to combine. All right, don't use spicy mustard. Don't use brown, yellow. No, just get yourself some Dijon mustard, and it doesn't matter what brand, but you know, and that's what you use. Okay, oil, vinegar, salt, pepper, basic. I do mustard and honey just to balance it out and give it a nice little body. Now you can store this. There's these little containers of salad dressings that you can buy pretty much everywhere that has a little spout. You can kind of open it up. So you just pour it in there, you know, and throw it in the fridge. You know, I've had salad dressings stay in the fridge for, you know, weeks. It doesn't matter. What will happen in the fridge is it will start to harden a little bit. So before you use it, take it out of the fridge, let it sit at room temperature for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. You'll see it liquid. And then just shake the bottle up and just drizzle it on your salad and you're good to go. That's it. How easy is that? All right. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was educational. Try it out at home. Give me your thoughts and we'll see you again.